You want it like this or you want it the other way? Other way.
Good morning.
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 Morning. How's everyone this morning?
Good.
Good. Good.
Phew, I'm glad I'm here. How did it get me so hard to go in?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Good morning, Harlem.
Morning, Mrs.
Good morning. So we'll start with our science and social studies today. So make sure you have those two books, okay?
Okay. Got it.
All right. We'll wait a few minutes to make sure everybody can come in first. Before we get started, everybody had a good night rest?
Yeah.
Yes, so everybody slept good.
Well, actually,
Good morning, Hannah.
I got all my books.
Okay, good.
Are we going to science and history today?
That's what I just said.
Oh, I can't hear you.
Yeah, everybody has their books. Science, social studies, that's what we're doing first.
Yes, ma'am. I don't know what it's Okay, I got science. I got social studies. Oh boy. Got it. Oh, I got my science. Good, because if we all didn't have our science and social studies, that would be a big problem.
No, it wouldn't.
Oh, but I did have my science and social studies. I have mine. Mine is right here. Oh, mine is right here and mine is here. Well, actually, your books are upside down. I know. It's fun. I read upside down. When everything is upside down, it looks like the letters are upside down. What? Discovering God's world.
Yes.
In my
Hi, Solomon. How are you this morning?
now I'm gonna discovering God's
Good. Awesome.
America and my chapter. Oh man, what is going on with my sister? Why did they stop?
Does everyone have their letters book where you practice your cursive writing?
Oh my.
You should have that book. If you don't have it, make sure you get that book.
Wait, the letters and sounds.
The one that Amina is showing. Do you see the one that Amina is showing? That book.
Cursive.
Yeah, because that's one we're doing today as well. So
You got that. I took the paper out there.
I knew we were gonna do some awesome stuff today.
mhm. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. I think this is everybody so far. Okay, so we're gonna go to our social studies first. Let's go to page 52. Yeah, page 52.
Page 52.
So we have been talking about different places in America. And so we went to before the break, we went to Washington, D.C. and we went to Williamsburg, Virginia, right? Do you remember those places we went to? Where we saw the White House and all of that in Williamsburg, how there were. So I wanted to show you a couple of things about those places before we go to our new lesson today. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mom. 52.
What?
52.
Page 52. What number is that? 37. So you gotta go further.
Yeah.
809.
Back. Why keep going in and out?
Mhm. All right, so let's look at page 52. Is everybody ready? Somebody logged out. I think that was
Yes.
Kevin.
Yeah.
Trying to come back in. Okay, all right, so we went to Washington, D.C. Well, let me go back to the beginning. First, we started off at Plymouth, Massachusetts. Do you remember that? Plymouth Rock. Yeah. Does everybody remember Plymouth?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, I just need responses, that's all. So yeah, we went to Plymouth Plantation where we could see the Mayflower too. And then after that, we went to Niagara Falls, which is in New York. So I'm gonna show you a map so I can show you like where these places are on a map. Um, Let me know if you can see. Oh, Evan, you're back. Can everybody see the map?
Yeah.
Okay, so all right. So this is where Plymouth is in Massachusetts. It's really going to be hard to see Massachusetts because it's kind of small, but this blue up here, that's where Plymouth is, okay? So when we went to Plymouth Rock and Plymouth Plantation, that's where it was. So then we went right next door in New York, where we went to Niagara Falls, and we also saw the Statue of Liberty. Then we went to Fort McHenry, which is in Baltimore, Maryland, which is right here, the yellow right here. Can everybody see where I'm at?
A little bit.
Okay.
Well,
So then we went to, okay, so then we went to Washington, D.C., which is right here. It's between Virginia and Maryland, so it's not like an actual state. Washington, D.C. is just like a city. And so we went there, we saw the White House, Washington Monument, the Lincoln Memorial. Then we went to Virginia here in the green, where we went to Williamsburg and we saw what life was like in the 1700s. So now we're going to start going to the west, which is going this way. And we're going to talk about the Mississippi River today. Has anyone heard of the Mississippi River before?
I don't know.
No, y'all haven't? Or who has heard of the Mississippi River?
Not me.
No? Okay, well, it's a large river, a huge river. And so let's go ahead and talk about it. So would anybody like to read on 52? Evan? Okay, go ahead, Evan. The Mississippi, well, just the top part.
After having rest a long time, we crossed America's largest and most important river, the Mississippi River. Do you think you can learn well Mississippi? I don't know.
Importance.
No, I don't know how to spell this.
Let me see. Because I was trying to. Mississippi? The M word?
Yeah.
Yeah, Mississippi. Okay, so if you travel west, you will run across one of America's most important rivers, which is the Mississippi River. So it's a huge river and it actually it cuts through the entire state. And so I'm going to show you on a map what it looks like. So,
This is Bluebird.
yes.
How can computer keeps messing up?
Is anybody seeing it? Is the computer messing up for anyone?
No.
Not me.
Oh, I don't know. It might be yours, maybe.
Well,
Okay.
I
So do y'all see this right here? So this is the United States. And do you see this blue here?
Yeah.
That's the Mississippi River. So that's how long it is. So it starts all the way up in Minnesota. And then it comes all the way down and it ends in New Orleans, okay? So that's how far it stretches out across the United States. So it's a big river, a large river. So it's about 100 feet deep. So that's pretty deep. Does anyone know how to swim? So I don't know if you go inside. If you go inside the Mississippi River, I'm not sure if you'll be able to swim in there. That's really, really deep. So yeah, it's about 100 feet deep. But the Mississippi River is important because a lot of ships can travel on the river to bring different things to different parts of the world. So like, you know how ships can sometimes carry products that they may need to take different places? Well, they can use the Mississippi River as a way to travel to different places. So that's one of the reasons why the Mississippi River is important, because ships can travel on it to use it to get from one place to another. Okay, so thank you, Evan, for reading. So that's the Mississippi River. All right, let's look at the bottom, the Great Plains. So that's the next place we will see. So we are still in the West, and we will now go to the Great Plains. Okay, Serenity, you want to read?
We continue to travel west. We see flat land called prairies.
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 Prairie, yeah, prairies.
Land.
Plains. Plains.
Much of our wheat and corn is grown in the great
Plains.
plain states. This part of America also has many cattle and sheep ranches.
Good. All right, so next we will discuss the Great Plains. And so the Great Plains is also in the West as well. So I'm going to show you on a map again, just like I showed you the other one. So this is a map of the Great Plains. So do you see the United States map? So all the purple is how big the Great Plains is. So all this part of the U.S. is the Great Plains. So like she said, a lot of wheat and corn. Do you know what we make from wheat? Does anyone know what comes from wheat? Something that we use a lot. Evan, do you know?
Veg.
Bread. So yes, bread. And think about it. Who eats bread? We all eat bread, right? So a
Yes.
lot of the wheat that is in America is grown in the Great Plains. Also corn. Do you like corn?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
corn,
eat
cornbread,
a lot.
cornmeal,
I like
popcorn.
cornbread. I like
Yes,
cornbread.
all of that. So corn is grown in the Great Plains as well. And so
Miss,
it's a lot of open land. So it's not really like mountains and stuff. It's a bunch of open land. And so I'll show you like picture examples of like what I'm talking about. So you see how it's just open grass, open land.
there's a lot of it.
Yeah, so that's what the Great Plains looks like. So yeah, we have a buffalo here. A lot of animals run freely in this in this area as well. So you'll see a lot of sheep and cattle and different things like that just running freely through the Great Plains. And so here's another picture, and this is an example of like a plain, like it's just open grass. So would you want to see that one day? The Great Plains?
Yeah.
To see how beautiful that is.
A lot of bread.
Yes, a lot of that. Okay, so let's keep going. Let's go to 53. So that's the Mississippi River and the Great Plains. We're still traveling to the west. Let's go to Mount Rushmore. Would anybody like to read Mount Rushmore for us?
Miss Fulgence.
I don't remember any hand going up asking me anything. Okay, well, Serenity, you just read. Anybody else would like to read? Okay, well, go ahead, Serenity. You can read again. Mount Rushmore.
Our next stop is in the Black Hills of South
Dakota.
Here we see Mount Rushmore. It's a huge carving of the heads for our great presidents George Washington, Thomas Jefferson,
Theodore. Roosevelt. Theodore Roosevelt.
Abraham Lincoln.
Good.
The head of Washington is as tall as a 6-story building.
Good. Very good. Thank you. So now we are in South Dakota. So look on my map. Do you see right here? It's kind of like a light green. This is South Dakota. And so this is where Mount Rushmore is. So Mount Rushmore is a mount and it has 4 presidents on the mountain. And so they named them. So George Washington, Abraham Lincoln, Theodore Roosevelt, and Thomas Jefferson. Those are the presidents that you will see on Mount Rushmore, okay? So if you look at it. So does anyone know who anyone is? Does anybody know who's Abraham Lincoln on here?
This one?
Abraham Lincoln. Do you know which one is Abraham Lincoln? Or George Washington? So this is Abraham Lincoln. He's the one right here. And George Washington is the one right here.
How can you tell?
Yeah, so a man named Goodson Borglum, he is the one that actually started to carve this rock. He carved this all out of rock. So mountains are made of rock. And so he worked on this, carving it out to shape the face of these 4 presidents. And so he used a lot of dynamite, of course, and drills, of course, so that everything, he could build it the way that it is. He worked on it for 10 years, but then he died and it wasn't finished, but he had a son and his son finished it for him. And so it took about 14 years to finish the entire thing. So after 14 years, Mount Rushmore was complete. And so, and it was about 400 men that worked on all of this together. So that's Mount Rushmore. So would you like to see that one day?
Yes.
No.
Yeah,
I
no?
want to see all.
All, yeah, I would like to see all of them too. All right, good. Okay, Lyric, you have a question?
Yeah. Can I show you something?
No, because we're in the middle of lesson right now, okay? So maybe at the end, remind me.
Okay.
All right, so this is Mount Rushmore. Okay, so that's the 3 places we're visiting this week: the Mississippi River, Great Plains, and Mount Rushmore. So that's our social studies lesson. All right, let's go to our science now.
Yes.
So we were talking about animals.
What page?
I'm about to tell you. So we will move on to page 48. So we talked about on last week, we discussed animals and how God created all the animals differently and how animals have instincts that that gives them the ability to know what to do. No one has to teach them anything. God gave them instincts. And also God made all animals after their own kind, meaning a cow will only have a cow, right? We won't see a horse having a donkey. That won't work. Horses only have horses, right? So let's go to page 48 and we'll talk about animal babies starting this week.
I didn't find it yet.
Okay, it's okay. I'm not starting yet. I'm giving you a minute to find it. All your page numbers are at the bottom. 48.
I'm at 48. Okay.
Yep, that's it. 48. Everybody's ready?
Yeah.
All right,
Yes,
so animal babies. So I'm gonna go ahead and read because it's a lot today. So
Read it with them.
all right, so some baby animals are born. Almost all animals that are born drink milk from their mothers. Their mothers will take care of them until they get big enough to catch food. So all baby animals, well, I'm sorry, some baby animals are born. What that means is they live inside of their mom's stomach and she has them. And so not all animals are born like that. Some of them is something different, and we'll talk about that next week. But some baby animals are born, meaning they live inside of their mom's stomach. So all animals that are born, whenever they are babies, they get milk from their moms. And so you can see an example of the kitten, right? Kittens drink milk from their mom. Puppies drink milk from their mom. So all baby animals that are born, they get their food, their milk from their mom. Okay, so let's keep reading. When baby kittens are born, they cannot see or walk. So mother cat takes very good care of them. And when they get bigger, they like to play, but they must still stay close to their mother. So most baby animals, when they're born, they can't see, meaning they're blind, and they can't walk. So they really need their mom to help them, to guide them, and to protect them from all the dangers in the world. So baby bears are born in winter while mother bear is in her cave. When they are born, the bear cubs are no bigger than kittens. Okay, So let's look at 49. So let's talk about a mother mouse. So would anyone like to read this one? Mother mouse. Okay, go ahead, Evan.
A mother mouse can have as many as 12 babies at one time. A mouse is no bigger than a jelly bean. When he is born, a baby bat holds onto his
Oh,
mother.
that's it. You can stop there. Good. All right, so a mother mouse can have 12 babies at one time. That's a lot of babies, right?
Yeah.
12 at one time. And they're really small. They're like the size of a jelly bean. Has anybody eaten a jelly bean before? Yeah. So imagine the size of a jelly bean, and when a baby
Yeah.
mouse is born, they're like that size. So they're really, really small. And keep in mind, they can't see, they can't walk. So do you think they need their mom when they're born?
Yeah.
Definitely they need their mom. Okay. So the next part, let's talk about a baby bat. Anybody would like to read that part about a baby bat? Okay, go ahead, Solomon. Thank you. Oh, yeah, okay.
A baby bat holds on to his mother's fur as she flies. When the baby grows bigger, the mother bat hands her babies upside down in the air home with
While
while she gets food. Then she comes back to the cave to feed the babies.
All right, good. So then a baby bat, when they're born, they will hold on to their mother's fur as she flies. And when the baby grows bigger, then he'll start to hang upside down in the cave while she goes out. So he has to stay close to his mother as well. All right, at the bottom, a whale. A whale is not a fish. A baby whale is as big as an elephant. When he is grown up, he will be as big as 30 to 50 elephants put together. That's huge. Yeah, that's big. All right, so let's go to page 50. Let's talk about babies who live in pockets. So we have some babies where their mothers have a pouch that they are able to live in so that they can stay safe. And so we have two animals like that we'll discuss, which is the kangaroo and the possum. Okay, have you heard of a possum before?
Nope.
No.
Is this 50?
Let me see. Yes, that is 50. Yep, that's it. All right, so babies who live in pockets. The kangaroo and the opossum have a pocket or pouch for their babies. These babies are very tiny and very helpless. If they did not have a nice warm pouch to grow in, they would die. So let's talk about baby possums. These are baby possums. Do you see them at the bottom? Look how small they are. They have no fur. Okay. As many as 18 or 20 are born at one time. So a mother possum can have 18 to 20 babies at one time. And they're so tiny, they're like the size of a dime. So I'm sure you've seen a dime before, right?
Yeah.
And so they're that small when they're born. So they need their mom and they also need her pouch as well. And so they can't see and they have no hair. So let's look at 51. I'm at the top. The pouch keeps them from getting lost. It keeps them warm. They drink milk from their mother while they are in the pouch. After 8 weeks, which is about 2 months, 8 weeks, they come out of the pouch and they start to ride on her back. So they stay inside their mother's pouch for about 2 months, 8 weeks. And then after that, they start to ride on her back because they're still small at this point, and so they're not quite ready to be on their own. So they will ride on her back. So you can see on the picture, the mother, she has them on her back. You see them? Everybody sees the picture? Yeah? Yeah, okay. So do you know what a baby possum will look like when they grow up? What will a baby possum look like?
The mommy.
Of course, it will look like the mom when they grow up. So, so that's how God protects them. That's what God gave the possum to protect her baby. All right, so I'm gonna show you a video of that. Okay. So let me show you the screen. Let me know when you can see the screen. Can you see it? Okay. So this is an example of the babies on their mom's back. So do you see them?
Yeah.
And that's a lot of them on their back, on her back.
Whoa.
So did anybody ride on their mom's back when they were babies?
Yeah. One time.
Oh, you did? Okay. So yeah, so look at that. That's how they ride on her back, like that. And so she carries them everywhere she goes. And they, they ride on her back like that. So not only, after they get outside of the pouch, then they ride on her back. All right, so let's go ahead and move to page 52. Let's talk about kangaroos.
Kangaroos. I like kangaroos.
Yeah, they're cool.
They jump high.
They do. All right, so baby kangaroos. So a baby kangaroo is called a joey. So you actually call baby kangaroos joeys. He is only 1 inch long when he is born. He is not very strong at all. His mother keeps him in her pouch. The pouch keeps the baby safe for about 3 months. So kangaroos, just like possums, they stay in their mother's pouch as well when they are born because they are very small, they're blind, and they don't have any hair. So they have to stay inside of their mother's pouch as well. So they stay inside their mom's pouch for about 3 months before they are able to kind of get out. So while the baby is in there, he will rest, drink milk, and grow strong. Then one day, pop, out comes the baby kangaroo's head to look around. Sometimes he reaches down and might take a bite of grass. And when he is older, he'll be able to hop in and out of the pouch. Okay. So kangaroos live in Australia. That's where they're from. And so if you ever want to see one, you could go to a zoo, I'm sure, and see a kangaroo. But if you ever go to Australia one day, you'll probably be able to see them out in the wild, how they live. And so kangaroos have other big hind legs, which is their bottom legs, so that they could hop, and they have muscular tails, which help them to balance as well. And so a baby kangaroo will stay inside their mom's pouch as she moves around and everything. So do you think if they didn't have pouches, do you think a baby kangaroo would stay alive for a long time? Probably not, right? Probably not, because the mother's pouch is what keeps them safe. So I'm gonna show you a video just like I did of the possum. I'll show you one with the kangaroo. Okay, can you see it?
Yep.
So
Yes.
Put your video on. You're supposed to keep it on.
So you see the kangaroo inside of his mom's pouch.
I use the black.
Look, you see he's reaching down to bite something.
And you're gonna punch the kangaroo because it's.
Sign off and put your name
Yep,
on
and
it.
so you see he's actually
You see
inside her
it?
pouch as well.
And I see, then you
Uh-huh.
move down.
Yeah.
That is it.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So that's it. That's how they sit in their mom's pouch. So that's kangaroos. Okay, so that's it for science, talking about possums and kangaroos and how they have pouches for their babies, and also how some baby animals are born. And when they're born, they will get food from their mom by drinking her milk. Okay, so that's science. Any questions about science or social studies before we get
Nope.
to our other lessons? Nope. Okay, Lyric, you had a question about science or social studies?
Yeah.
Okay.
The baby kangaroo was cute.
Yes, it was very cute. Mm-hmm. It was
So
cute.
cute that I almost want to cuddle one.
Oh, that's so sweet. All right. All right, so let's go ahead and we're gonna move on to math. Oh yeah, so go ahead and go to 87A, which will be your facts page. Let's go ahead and do that page first before we go into the lesson.
87.
Yes, 87A, your math facts page. Ooh, are you okay?
Looks like
Well,
it's snowing.
huh?
Looks like it's snowing here.
It's snowing?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
86. Wait, at 87A?
Yes, it'll be your facts page. It'll start with 6 plus 5. The other one, Lyric, not that. No, the facts page. The facts page will come right before that page, Solomon. So go back one page. Yep, that's it right there. Make sure it says 87 at the top.
It's this one.
Yep, that's the one. Look at the one Amina's holding up. That's the page. Could I see it whenever you get it, please?
I can't find it.
Okay, yeah, whenever you get it. Yeah, Lyric, that's it. Okay, Hannah, thank you. Okay, Serenity, thank you. Good, Josiah.
Is it that page or that other book?
Okay, thank you, Brian. Thank you, Solomon.
I need to go put away my science and social studies.
Well, you could just put it on the side. You don't have to like leave to put it away.
Okay.
All right, so are we ready? Everybody has it? Serenity, you had it too? Did I see? Okay. All right, so we'll go one at a time. Everybody will go through a fact and they will give us an answer. So let's start with the Lyric. Let's start with 6 plus 5 and tell us the answer. Make sure you're writing the answers down as everyone is going through them.
I don't have it.
Oh, you have it or no?
No.
Okay, Lyric, go ahead.
10.
6 plus 5, no, try again, not 10.
$11.
Try again, one more try.
That's 5 is 11.
Oh, dear.
6 plus 5 not 11.
Oh, sorry. No, I'm thinking 6 plus 7. Yes, 11. I'm sorry, Lyric. 6 plus 5 is 11. Yes, okay. Next one. I was looking at 7 plus 6. Okay, Harlem, 7 plus 6.
I got one.
Well, yeah, it's Harlem's turn. He's answering this one. 7 plus 6. You have it?
No.
No? Does anyone know 7 plus 6? It's okay. Okay, tell Amina, what is it?
12.
No, not 12. Try again. Solomon?
13.
13. 7 plus 6 is 13. All right, Serenity, the next one. 2 plus 3.
5.
2 plus 3 is 5. Good. Okay, Hannah, next one. 9 plus 8.
17.
17.
Are we supposed to write it too?
Yeah, yes, that's what I had said. I said at the beginning, make sure you're writing as we're going through them. Okay, Brian, next one is 4 plus 3.
I don't know what 5 plus 6.
The first one?
Yeah.
11. 4 plus 3, Brian, and you're muted.
Wait, what is it?
We're on the last one on the first row. 4 plus 3. You have the answer, Brian? Okay, does someone know what 4 plus 3 equals? All right, Lyric, what is it?
7.
7, thank you. All right, next row. All right, Evan, we're on the second row. 7 plus 8. It's okay. I know that's a thing one gotta think about.
31. 15.
Good. 15. Next one. 4 plus 5. Amina.
4 plus 5.
Yep.
Let's. I don't know what 9 plus 8. 4 plus 5.
Do you see your shirt?
8.
You're close. Try again. Count again.
9.
9. All right. Next, Solomon. 6 plus 7.
13.
13. Good. Okay. 3 plus 4. Next one, Josiah.
7.
7. Okay. And then 8 plus 9. We're back to you, Lyric.
Did you tell them it's your birthday?
17.
Yes, 17. Okay. Next row.
What?
That was the last one on the second row. 8 plus 9 is 17. Okay, you have it, Evan. All right, Harlem, we're on the third row. 6 minus 2.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I know what it is.
Well, yeah, but it's his. Let him try first.
Okay.
You have it, Harlem. 6 minus 2. So if you have 6, look at me, Harlem. So if you have 6 and your minus, subtract means to take away. And you take away 2. How many do you have left?
4.
4. 6 minus 2 is 4. Okay, next one, Serenity. 3 minus 0. That's the easy one.
7. I
Three
did
mi-
it already.
3 minus 0. If you have 3 and then you take away none, then how many would you end up with? 3? 3. 3 minus 0 is 3. Next, we have 2 plus 8. 2 plus 8. Amina, 2 plus 8?
10.
10. Good. Solomon, 4 minus 2.
How did I do that?
2.
2. Good. 6 plus 6. Evan.
What?
We're on the third. 12. Okay. Last row. 7 plus 2. Brian, 7 plus 2.
I didn't 4 plus 2.
7 plus 2. 9. Yes. Okay. Next one. 2 minus 2. Josiah,
I
2
know
minus 2.
I'm going to write the answer. But I won't show him it.
Not sure where he is. 2 minus 2. Hannah. Say it again.
2 minus 2 is 0.
Thank you. Next, 0 plus 8. 0 plus 8, Josiah.
8.
8. 3
Oh.
minus 2. Lyric, we're back to you. 3 minus 2.
5.
Minus 2. We're subtracting. So I have 3 and I'm losing 2. So if you have 3, take away 2.
1.
1. And then the last one, 8 minus 1. Who would like to answer that one? 8 minus 1.
9.
Well, somebody did. 9. 8 minus 1 is 9. Good.
No.
All right. So
8 minus 1 is 11. How was it 9?
oh, sorry. 8 minus 1 is 7, guys. I'm sorry, y'all. My mind is just not thinking.
You thought it was
All right. Thank you, parents in the background telling me. Thank you. All right, so 8 minus 1 is 7, not 9. Sorry, 8 plus 1 is 9, but not 8 minus 1. All right. Yes, Harlem, you had a question about math?
Yes.
Okay.
Are we supposed to be on 88A?
No, it's 87. Okay, did anybody miss any of the facts or did you get them all?
I got them all
You
earlier.
have them all? Everybody has them all complete?
I missed all of them. Yes.
Okay.
I missed catch up. Not
Let's see.
All right. Okay, so let's look at 87. Let's go to the next one. So you have the facts done. Now go to the next one.
Wait, let's write our name first.
That's good. Go ahead and write your name first.
I don't see.
That's because with the ruler, they want you to draw a line.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to use my color. It's a middle one.
Okay, we ready?
Okay.
All right. So it says write the number 79 3 more times. So go ahead and do that. Write the number 79 3 more times.
Done with.
Okay, we're good on that.
I'm not done.
Okay.
Let's just get it
79.
to
Like
Sheila.
79.
Done. Done. Done.
So then it asks you how many digits are on the line. So in order to figure out how many digits, you need to count each number on the line. So how many numbers are on number 1 as total? All the 7s, all the 9s that you wrote. How many numbers?
8.
8. So there are 8 digits on that line. All right, let's look at number 2. It says Art put his crayons in groups of 10. So you see the circles? Do you see the blue square and the circles? Okay, so that's his group of 10, and then we see the extras. So how many groups of 10 does he have, Hannah?
30.
Groups of 10.
I mean 3.
Yes, 3. He has 3 groups of 10, so go ahead and put 3.
You put 3 already.
I was saying it like for everyone to put 3.
Oh.
Okay, and then it says how many extra crayons does he have? So look at his extras box. How many does he have in the extras box?
0.
No.
0. So put a 0
Wait, what?
in the extras box. He has none.
Kind of confused.
Okay, let me see. Are you on the correct page? It looks like you are. Are you on 87A?
Yes.
Go to number 2. I can't see number 2. So do you see his extras box? No, that's not where you draw 3. You put 3 on the line by number 2. You see where on number 2 it says how many groups of crayons of 10 does he have? That's where you put the 3 on that line.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, so he has 3 groups of 10, 0 extras. How many crayons is that all together? Does anyone know? Tell me.
30.
30. That's a total of 30 crayons he has. All right, so we'll take a pause here because I want to go to the board so that we can talk about the clock on today because we're learning half past.
Can't listen.
30.
Make sure you're writing them down because she's discussing again.
Where's Miss Bludens?
I'm right here.
Oh, I can't really see.
All right, can you see the board with the clock and everything?
Yes.
All
Yeah.
So today we're going to learn what's called half past or half an hour. So does anybody know how many minutes are in an hour? Does anyone know how many minutes are in a full hour? When we say 12, we say o'clock. There are 60 minutes in a full hour. So remember that.
There's 24 hours in a day.
Yeah, but I'm not talking about how many hours in a day. I'm saying how many minutes in an hour. There are 60 minutes inside of 1 hour. So every time we say the 12, we know we say o'clock, but we're also saying that it's 60 minutes, meaning it's a full hour has been complete. But today we are learning how to tell time to the half hour, which is half past, okay? I need your focus to be on me, not on anything that's down. Thank you. Okay, so half hour, half past. So a full hour is 60 minutes. So half of 60, does anybody know what's half of 60? If I split 60 in half, does anyone know what the number will be? No, nobody knows? It's 30. So if I split 60 in half, it's 30. So whenever we say that we are telling time half past or half an hour, that means 30 minutes because that means we're halfway inside of the hour. A full hour is 60 minutes, but half of an hour is 30 minutes. Do you understand what Ms. Bludgens is saying? Thumbs up if you understand. Okay, good. I muted everyone and I want you to stay mute until I give you permission to unmute. So yes, so half hour, half past means 30 minutes. So remember, whenever we have a full hour, the clock points to the 12. So does anyone know, let's just take a guess so you can unmute right now. If we're doing half of an hour, do you know where the minute hand would point? A full hour, the minute points to the 12. But who knows where it will point for half of an hour? So that means half of 12. Does anyone know? Let's see. Hannah, go ahead.
Nope. 6.
Yes, it would point to the 6. So half an hour, your minute hand always points to the 6. Long hand, remember your minute hand, it will always point to the 6. So anytime in your book it says show half past a time, every time your minute hand, your long hand points to the 6 because that means halfway, that means 30 minutes. So it's always, we just have to figure out where the hour is. So say if my hour is pointing to 1. So it is 1:30 because my hour was 1 and the 6 means 30 minutes. Do we understand?
Yep.
Let me know, yes? Are you sure? So if I ask you to tell me a time, you can read a time?
Uh-oh.
We're gonna find out. Let's see. All right, so let's look at this time here.
Because it's 9:36 right now.
All right, so look at what time. Can anybody read this for me and tell me what time it is? So find your hour, and then what does this 6 mean right here? Okay, find your hour first, which is the shorthand. Where is your hour pointing to?
Here?
I told you what the 6 means. Every time we have 6, we talk
I
about
know.
okay, Evan, let's see. What time is it?
10:30.
It's 10:30. 10 is the hour, and every time it points to the 6, that's 30 minutes. 10:30. Good. All right, let's do another one. Anybody knows this time? Where is your hour pointing to?
11.
Here. Okay, let's see. Anybody knows? Can read the time for me?
Sorry about that.
That's okay.
6:11.
No. What? Find your hour. What is the hour pointing to? Tell me. I'll need everybody to tell me. What is the hour pointing to?
11.
It's pointing to 11. And every time the minute hand is on 6, how many minutes is that?
30.
So what time is it?
11:30.
11:30.
30.
All right. Let me do another one. Okay, let's see. Let's try this one. Find your hour.
3.
So it's an hour. And then look at your minutes. So what is the hour? What is the hour pointing to? Tell me, everyone.
3.
3. And every time the minute hand is on 6, what does that mean?
30.
What time is it?
3:30.
It's 3:30.
3:30. 3:30.
All right. So let's do one more. So whoever tells me first, that's who gets it right. So I'm gonna block it so you can't see it. Ready? I'm about to pull away. Ready? What time is it?
8:38.
8:30.
Who said it first?
8:30.
8:30.
Who said it first?
Well, it was a bunch of people that said it kind of at the same time, 8:30. But yes, it is
Let's do
8:30.
another one.
So in your book, let's go ahead and look at number 3. And so we will practice in the book. Okay, is everybody on number 3 in your book?
Yes. Yep.
Okay, so it says show 5:30 on both clocks. So who knows what that means? I just told you 5:30 means 30 minutes. What is the hour?
6.
No, it can't be 6. It just said show 5:30. So what is the hour?
5:30.
Yes, it is 5:30. So in the clock where there's a square, write 5:30. Go ahead and write that. 5:30. Okay, everybody wrote 5:30 and let's draw it on the clock. So where would my long hand be? The minute hand. What number would that one point to?
5.
Nope, not 5. The minute hand. 5 is your hour.
On 6.
The 6. My long hand, the minute hand should be pointing to the 6 because that means 30 minutes. And then where should the hour hand point to?
5.
5, because that says 5:30. Good. All right, let's look at number 4. So everybody has their clocks. They finished that?
Yes.
All right, let's look at number 4. So this is Susan's receipt. We're going to figure out how much money she spent. So she bought soup for 38 cents and she bought a cake for 21 cents. Who would like to add that up for us? Okay, Solomon, you can go ahead. Where do I start adding, Solomon?
5.
Wait, no, like which 2 numbers do I add first? Out of 38 cents and 21 cents. Which 2 numbers do I start adding first?
3 and 2.
No, we always start with the back, guys. Always start with your back numbers. So try again. Which 2 numbers do I add first?
2 and 3.
No, that's the same thing. You just
8 and 1. The front?
8 and 1. Start with 8. You always start at the back. 8 plus 1. Okay, so what is 8 plus 1? Serenity, are you
9.
writing your answers in your book? Let me see your book.
It's equals 5.
A plus 1 is 9.
9. And
Yeah.
5.
Okay, so now I added the back numbers, A plus 1. So now I add the front numbers, which are
3 and 8.
3 plus 2. What does that equal to?
5.
5. So how
5.
much money did Susan spend?
59.
59 what?
59.
Cents. 59 cents. Make sure you say cents and write your cent symbol as well. All right, so this is where we'll stop for math. You can go ahead and finish that page on your own time later. Let's go ahead and move on to writing. So you need your loose leaf paper and a pencil as well.
And what I need?
Piece of paper and a pencil. Yep, just make sure you have that ready.
Got it.
Okay, good.
We'll go to this. So what we need to do?
All right, so remember we talked about our initials yesterday. Your initials is a shorter way. It's like your name abbreviated, okay? So your initials, anybody remembers how we figure out the initials? What do we do to figure out the how to write our initials? You have to look at only certain letters in your name. Does anybody remember what you have to look at? Let's see. Lyric, you had your hand up? Well, yeah, I see you. Let me see. Can I close this up? Anybody know? So what do I look at to figure out my initials? Amina.
You have to look at your first name and the first part that you write in your name. Like mine is A dot S dot.
Yes, okay, yeah, that is right. But could somebody explain it a little different for me? Please stop putting your stuff in the chat. I'm not asking you to write it in the chat. And if you want to say it, then you should raise your hand so that you can tell us. All right, so anybody? Evan? I don't want to know your initials. I want to know how I figure out how do I figure out the initials of someone's name?
J dot V dot.
No, I'm not asking up here. What are you looking at? What do you look at to figure out the initials?
No. Your name?
Does anyone know? If you can tell me your initials, then you should be able to explain to me how did you figure that out. Okay, Hannah?
Because I know that.
Okay, if you have someone's name, how do you figure out their initials? What do you look at to write their initials?
I don't know.
Okay, Solomon?
S dot M dot.
Okay, Josiah, I don't want to know your initials, guys. I want you to tell me how do we figure out someone's initials? Did you raise your hand, Josiah, or no?
No.
All right, so when you have someone's name, you look at the first letter of their first name, the first letter of their last name. That's how you figure out the initials of someone's name. You look at the first letter of their first name, the first letter of their last name. Okay? Yes, do we understand?
Yes.
So if I ask again, how do you figure out someone's initials? what will you say? Josiah, what will you say? Let's see, because I just said it.
You circle the first name, their first name, in the back of their name.
No, that's not exactly what I said. Could anyone tell me what I just said? I just explained how you figure it out, and I also circled it on the board as well. So again, let's see. How do I figure out someone's initials? Because it's great that you can tell me initials, but I need you to tell me, how did you figure that out? Amina.
This is how you do your initials. You put your first name and then put a dot and then put your last name and then put a dot.
Okay, anybody else? Solomon?
You look at their first name and you look at their last name.
You look at the first letter. First letter. Say that. First letter of their first name and the first letter of their last name, okay? That's how you figure out initials. First letter of their first name, first letter of their last name. So let's look at the name here. What would his initials be? Could anyone tell me what his initials are? Lyric, what are his initials? Wait, you're gonna have to unmute yourself.
Okay, John Brown.
That's his name, but what are his initials?
JB.
Yes, remember, capital J dot B dot, okay? Let's look at the next name, Natalie Davis. What would her initials be? Harlem, what's her initials? You look at the first letter of her first name, the first letter of her last name. What would her initials be?
N dot D dot.
Yes, thank you. N dot D dot. Okay, next, Sarah Johnson. What would her initials be? Serenity, what would her initials be? Okay, Josiah, what would her initials be?
S dot J.
Good, dot at the end. Good, S dot J dot. Okay, so does everyone remember their own initials?
Yes.
Okay, what are your initials? All right, Amina, go ahead. What's your initials?
Mine is A dot S dot.
Good. Evan, what are yours?
E dot S dot.
Okay, Hannah, what are yours?
H dot W dot.
Harlem, what are yours?
H dot P dot.
Okay, Lyric.
L dot C dot.
Okay. Brian, do you know yours?
I can't hear you.
Think about your name. So your name is Bria Kale. So you have your first letter, B, and then of your first name, and then you have the first letter of your last name, C. So your initials are B dot C dot, okay? All right, Solomon, what are yours?
Capital S dot, capital M dot.
Okay, Josiah, did I call you yet?
No.
Okay, what's your initials?
J dot W dot.
Okay, good. Did everyone give their initials?
Yes.
All right, good. All right, awesome.
Yes.
All right, so go ahead and get your spelling book out for me.
Yeah. But I knew we were gonna do spelling over here. This is the best day. Got my spelling book.
All right.
just need to go pick up my eraser because
Yes, so we are on list 16 this week, page 32. You can go ahead and get out your book. I mean, open up to your page. That's what I meant to say.
Page what? It's page what? 32. This one?
Page 32, we're on list 16.
On the writing ding.
What writing thing? No, we're on spelling.
We're spelling.
See? Spelling.
Miss Blue Jeans,
Yep.
I like your earrings.
Oh, thanks. All right, so everybody's ready with their list?
Yes.
All right, so we'll spell together. It might sound, like everybody's spelling differently, but that's okay. That's just how it's going to sound. So just spell as I call out the word. You just go ahead and spell.
What page are we on?
32, list 16.
Ready.
Your page numbers are at the bottom.
I need to write my name first and put the date.
I mean, it's your book, so you kind of don't have to do that on the page.
32.
32. Look at the numbers on here. 31.
Oh, you just came out of nowhere.
Oh, I got it.
No.
It's that page. Come back. So you said, where's your Phonics on it? You heard what I said.
I'm saying. Miss Blue Jeans, do we have to write it 4 times?
But that's after our Zoom. We're not doing that on the Zoom. Okay, so let's go ahead and begin. Your first word is How do we spell
A.
All right, next one is the. How do we spell the?
T-H-E.
The, yes. Okay, next one, come.
C-O-M-E. C-O-M-E.
Okay, so listen, 2 things. We're not speed spelling because it's not a race. So you can just spell it at regular speed. You don't have to rush to spell the word, okay? Next one, I. Good. You.
Y-O-U.
Of.
O-O-F.
Good. One.
O-N-E. 1.
Good. Two.
T-W-O.
Good. What?
W-H-A-T. Sorry.
Okay. Was.
W-H-A-S.
Good. Said.
S-A-I-D.
Have.
H-A-V-E.
Good. Give.
G-I-V-E.
Two.
D-O. D-O.
And two.
D-O.
Good. All right. So I'll show you Greek and Latin on the screen so that we can review those. So your Latin word is brachium. Say that. Brachium. Let's spell it. B-R-A-C-H-I-M. And it means arm. Brachium means arm. All right, let's look at your Latin words. So first one is Helios. Helios. And it means sun. All right, Dia. 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 And it means through, between. Yeah. All right, good job with that. So after the Zoom is over and you review your spelling and your Bible and everything, make sure that you write your words as well with your Greek and Latin words. All right, let's go to phonics and language. Yes, Solomon, you have a question?
I know how to spell my Greek and Latin.
Oh, amazing. That's good.
I practice hard on my Greek and Latin every day.
That's
and
good.
I read every day.
Awesome. All right, let's go over chart 10.
For what? Miss Lujan?
All right, let's go over phonics chart 10. So we have WH says wah, in well. WH says in who. TCH says ch, in patch. EAR says ear, in ear. EAR says air, in bear. EAR says in earth. OLD says old, in gold. MB says in lamb. EW says ooh, in flu. EW says you, in few. Y says e, in rainy. ER says in bigger. ESC says S, in biggest. LY says Lee, in slowly. EN says in, and sharpen. ES says S, in peaches. ILD says out, in child. IND says ein, in kind. So who knows all of those sounds on chart 10? Everybody? Wow. Amazing. All right, so let's go ahead and look at we're going to practice adding suffixes to words. Remember, some words we have a rule that we have to follow whenever we add a suffix to it. All right, so can you see the words here? Yes? All right, so let's look at hop. And I want to add ED. Hop has a sharp vowel and it ends with a consonant. Who knows the rule that we have to apply before we add ED? Solomon, do you know the rule?
I do.
You have to unmute, Solomon.
Double the P.
Good job. We double the P. So it's HOPPED. Hopped. Good. Next, I have hope. And I want to turn it into hoping. Who knows the rule that we have to follow before I add the suffix ing? Josiah.
Put another E in it.
No, not put another E. That's a different rule. Does anyone know what I have to do to add the ing ing? Amina, you have to unmute yourself first. I think she's working on it. Amina, you know how to unmute or no? Okay, does anyone know? Okay, Hannah, before I add ing, what must I do?
Drop the E and add the ing.
Yes, anytime you have a silent E, you always take off your E and then you add ing, okay? So zip, I want to make it zipper. Who knows the rule that I have to apply to make it zipper?
2 P's.
Yes, thank you, Harlem. I add 2 P's, ZIPPER. Now make. I want to turn it into making. What must I do in order to turn it into making? Amina?
Double the K.
No, look at, they have an E at the end of make.
Double the E.
No, the same thing. Remember, I just said when you have an E, what do you do to the E?
Take it out.
Yes, you take it off. Anytime it ends with E, you always take it off and then you add your suffix. You don't have to double anything because you took off the E. That was the rule that you were applying by taking off the E. All right, so good job with that. All right, so we're gonna learn how to put words in what we call ABC order. Anybody heard of that before? ABC order? No?
I never heard of that. No, I haven't heard of it.
No, it's okay. It's I always just ask. It's really okay.
What that is. I only say it in the phonics book because
Yeah. So everybody knows their alphabets, right? I mean, if you're in first grade, then you should. So let's go ahead and look at it. So we know that the alphabets are in a particular order. We know that it starts with A and it ends all the way with the letter Z, right? So it's an order that is set in A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, and then we go all the way, to Z. So whenever we put words in ABC order, what we are doing is we are putting the words in order of the alphabet. So that means we follow the pattern, the order that the alphabets are in. That's the order that we have to follow. So we already know A will always be our first letter and Z is always our last letter. And we know the rest of the letters. Everybody knows their alphabets, correct? Yes, okay, everybody knows the order that they go in. So we have a list of words here. Did everybody see my words? Boys, duck, egg, apple, cow. So we are going to take those words and we want to put them in order of the alphabet, meaning ABC order. What I have to do is I have to look at the first letter in each word, okay? Only the first letter, that's all that matters. B, D, E, A, and C. And what I need to do is figure out how to put these words in order of the alphabet. So first thing I do is I start with A. Do any of my words begin with the letter A? Look at them. Do any of them start with the letter A? Which one?
Apple.
So will apple be first?
Yep.
Yes. So apple will be first on my list. I'm trying to put them in ABC order, which means in order of the alphabet. So apple is done. So next, what letter would come next after A?
B.
B. Do any of our words start with the letter B?
Boys.
Boys. So that means boys will come next. Okay, which letter would come next after B?
C.
C. Do any of the words start with the letter C?
Cow.
Cow at the bottom, cow, good. Okay, after C, which letter?
Duck.
E.
D, not duck, duck is not a letter. D,
Duck.
duck. And so obviously, which one is last?
A.
A. So we put the words in order of the alphabet. Let's look at the first letter. So we have A, B, C, D, E. Is that correct?
Yep.
It is. So let's go ahead and do some other things. Let's do colors.
What is color comes first?
Well, that's what I'm gonna put them in order and we'll figure it out. All right, so these are my colors. I have green, red, yellow, blue, and pink. I want to put them in order of the alphabet, meaning put them in A, B, C order. So I have to look at the first letter, only the first letter of each word. So I'm only looking at the G, the R, the Y, the B, and the P. That's all that matters is the first letter. So to start putting it in ABC order, which letter should I look for first? Which letter should I look for first? What's the first letter of the alphabet?
A.
A. So do any of my words start with the letter A?
No.
Nope.
No.
So I keep on going. So next letter, what's the next letter in the alphabet? A.
B. B.
B.
Do any of the words start with the letter
Blue.
B? Blue. So that means blue will go first. So blue is first. What's after B?
B. C.
Any other words start with C?
No.
Okay, keep going. What's the next letter? A, B, C.
D. D.
Any others start with D?
No.
No. A, B, C, D. What's next?
E.
E. Do you see any E's?
Green.
Green.
No.
So it has to be in the front.
Good job. I mean, I was about to say that. It's only the first letter. Just because there's an E does not mean we use it. It's only the first letter. So E. So no E's. Where do we go from there?
F.
F. Any F?
No F.
No.
Okay, A, B, C, D, E, F. What's next after F?
G. G. It's
Do
green.
we have a G?
Green.
Green.
Green. So green will go next. Okay, after green is, after G is A, B, C, D, E, F, G.
H.
H.
Any H?
No H.
No.
Oh.
I. Let's keep going. I.
No ice.
J.
No ice.
K.
Face.
L.
L.
M.
No L's.
N.
Nope. N.
O.
L.
No.
P.
Nope. I see a P.
Oh, yes, there is a P right here. P.
P.
All right, so let's keep going. Q. Any Q's?
Nope. No.
R.
Red.
Yes.
Red.
Red.
Red as a R.
Yep, and then yellow is the only one left over, so that means that it's last. So we just put the colors in A, B, C order. Okay? So do we understand a little bit? A, B, C order. We'll practice some more tomorrow. But do we get it? So when we put things in order of the alphabet, that means, stop, Evan. That means that we are putting them in order of the alphabet, A, B, C, D. So that means we look at the first letter and then we determine which one will go first based upon saying the order of the alphabet. So that's A, B, C order. Okay, any questions about that? No, we're good? All right, good. All right, you have a question, Brian? You can go ahead and ask about phonics. You have to unmute yourself first.
On mute.
What was your question?
So it was the colors. The colors were in order, or the ABCs.
Well, we use the colors to put the names of each color in ABC order. So you can use anything. You can use names of people, you can use animals, all kinds of different things to put in ABC order. We just use the words. So yesterday we discussed a phrase and a sentence, a statement sentence, right? Remember, a phrase is not a sentence. Could someone give me an example of a phrase? What would be a phrase? It's like a part of a sentence. Does anyone know an example? Remember, it's not a sentence, so you can just say something random.
Do the ball.
Thank you. Do the ball through the ball. Yes, that would be an example. That's what I did on the board yesterday. Good job, Evan. So through the ball, that's a phrase. That's not a sentence because we don't know who threw the ball. So a phrase is a part of a sentence. So like Evan said, through the ball. Anybody has another phrase you could use? You could say, Okay, Amina. You're muted.
Has a big dog.
Good, has a big dog. That's another example of a phrase. Has a big dog. Because that's not a part of a sentence. It's not a full sentence. It's only a part. We don't know who has a big dog. Okay, anybody else has a phrase, lyric?
No. Can I use the bathroom?
Yes, that's fine. Hannah, you have a phrase?
I have a phrase.
Okay.
Daddy took down.
Say it again.
Daddy took down.
Okay, daddy took down. Okay, yeah, that would be one as well. Because it's not a full sentence. So then we learn what's called a statement sentence. That's a sentence that gives us information and it tells us something. We will have a who in the sentence and what they are doing. We learn something from this type of sentence. It gives us information and it tells us something. We have a who and a what. Can anybody give me an example of a statement? Okay, Harlem? Say it again. So think of, all you have to do is just think of like someone's name or think of yourself and tell us something that you did. You got it.
Park?
Wait, what did you say?
I went to the park.
I went to the park. Good. Who went to the park? I. What did you do? Went to the park. Good. Anybody else has one? A statement sentence? Okay, Solomon.
Steve dug a hole.
Who?
Steve dug a hole.
Okay, Steve dug a hole. Good.
And
All right, one more. Anybody else has one? Okay, Hannah.
I took down the tree.
Say it one more time.
10:30.
You're saying it too fast, and then there's like other sound. Say it one more time.
Daddy took down the tree.
Thank you. Daddy took down the tree. Okay, so that's another type of sentence. So who, Daddy, what did he do? Took down the tree. Good. So those are statements. A statement. They tell you something and they give you information. So do we understand the difference between a phrase and a statement? Yes? No? Maybe so?
Yes.
Yes? Okay, good. All right, guys, so that's the end of our Zoom. We have to exit. I have my second graders about to start. So good job to everyone. Good class. Thank you for all the participation that you all did. So any questions about any of our lessons before we go? No? Okay, Larry, what did you want to tell me earlier? Oh, wait. Okay, say it again. You were muted.
That I had to show you something.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
The maps?
Huh? I have
Wow.
a map. I want to show you something too.
Okay. That's really cool. It's a map, a U.S. map and the continent.
And I have these on the bottom, the American.
Oh, all the flags. Yeah, when we start doing our tour, world tour, we'll talk about those flags. Good.
That's a lot of flags.
Uh-huh.
It's like the classroom.
All right. So thank you, Lyric, for sharing that. Okay, guys, I have to go. If you have something, you can tell me on tomorrow, okay?
Okay, bye.
All right, guys. Have a good day.
Have a good
Bye-bye.
day.